"Will you play inside?" And Marcus was like, "Oh, I'll grab little cotton balls." He's like, "Oh, like that's so cool." She started doing the like going around. Their dumbass dog comes in and starts like, "Oh my, this dog's so stupid." And they're literally yanking fucking cotton balls out of this dog's mouth. I was like, fuck.
That's their dog.
Yeah, it's the worst dog.
What is it?
It's a Doberman. But the one they had before was awesome. Like smart, chill, like everything. Um,
Rusty, our dog. He's a little terrier.
yeah, let's go. Yeah. A revamped FC Tulsa side looking to make a statement in Northern California, but it won't come easy as one of the best in the USL Championship is perfect through 5 games. Welcome inside Heart Health Park alongside former Republic midfielder Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. A wet, cold night, but you know what? It won't dampen the energy and the fire that Sacramento has really played with out of the gate through the first 5 weeks. What do you expect here tonight after what we saw just a couple weeks ago? Because where we see Sacramento right now is really rising up in the standings. They've had a really great start to the year.
They really have, and what a magnificent victory in Colorado Springs last week. But this Republic side, they're tough to break down. They're scoring goals, and just continuing on from last season. Disappointment not to win the whole thing, but they've started off on fire.
And what did you see last week that maybe take some notes into what we could see here tonight?
Just how hard they are defensively to break down. Obviously, going to Colorado Springs is never easy, but a clean sheet, 2 goals, could have been more. That is tough for other teams to come in, especially coming into Sacramento now, and you're trying to block them.
For FC Tulsa, a lot of changes, 8 returners, but a lot of new players playing some big-time roles. We saw back and forth with Phoenix last Friday night. They're trying to get some momentum building as they try to come together in this first year.
Only 3 games played. They've won 1, tied 1, lost 1, but they've scored 6 goals. So they are very dangerous going forward. Lots of different players can score them. So that's exciting for them. The piece for Tulsa is how can they score against this tough defensive line for Sacramento whilst also keeping a clean sheet. It's going to be a tough challenge.
Probably their biggest defensive match they'll face all season long will be here tonight in Sacramento. Getting warmed up, ready to go. We've got much more to come. Player matchups, lineups, and then kickoff is coming up next. Don't go away. Yeah, it's fine enough. Good enough. A revamped FC Tulsa side looking to make a statement in Northern California, but it won't come easy as one of the best in the USL Championship is perfect through 5 games. Welcome inside Heart Health Park alongside former Republic midfielder Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. A wet, cold night, but you know what? It won't dampen the energy and the fire that Sacramento has really played with out of the gate through the first 5 weeks. What do you expect here tonight after what we saw just a couple weeks ago? Because where we see Sacramento right now is really rising up in the standings. They've had a really great start to the year.
They really have, and what a magnificent victory in Colorado Springs last week. But this Republic side, they're tough to break down. They're scoring goals, and just continuing on from last season. Disappointment not to win the whole thing, but they've started off on fire.
And what did you see last week that maybe take some notes into what we could see here tonight?
Just how hard they are defensively to break down. Obviously, going to Colorado Springs is never easy, but a clean sheet, 2 goals, could have been more. That is tough for other teams to come in, especially coming into Sacramento now, and you're trying to block them.
For FC Tulsa, a lot of changes, 8 returners, but a lot of new players playing some big-time roles. We saw back and forth with Phoenix last Friday night. They're trying to get some momentum building as they try to come together in this first year.
Only 3 games played. They've won 1, tied 1, lost 1, but they've scored 6 goals. So they are very dangerous going forward. Lots of different players can score them. So that's exciting for them. The piece for Tulsa is how can they score against this tough defensive line for Sacramento whilst also keeping a clean sheet. It's going to be a tough challenge.
Probably their biggest defensive match they'll face all season long will be here tonight in Sacramento. Getting warmed up, ready to go. We've got much more to come. Player matchups, lineups, and then kickoff is coming up next. Don't go away.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by UC Davis Health, by Western Health Advantage, and Sky River Casino. Let's take a look at our player matchup. We begin with Russell Cicerone, and finally getting on track here in 2024.
He looked so dangerous last week, Russell Cicerone. When he gets on that ball and he drives forward, he commits defenders. He has the option, do I set someone up? Do I go myself? Looking forward to seeing more of that tonight from him.
Well, for Mark Briggs, he says, you know, if it's not broken, let's not fix it. Goes to the same 11 we saw a week ago in Colorado Springs.
It was such a convincing victory. There's no need to change it. And this team, solid defensively. The goals are coming now as well. Really hard to break down.
Meanwhile, for Tulsa, we haven't seen a lot of them, but we've seen a lot of Stefan Stojanovic. What a breakout start to this year. He has already could have a big impact here tonight.
He's got a lot of energy, just constantly looking to get on the end of things, making runs. And the back three of Sacramento really have to keep an eye on him all night.
And for Tulsa here, let's take a look at how they'll line up. We've seen them change things up a little bit, but only 3 matches in. Going to see that 4 in the back, but really up top is where they can cause a lot of damage. And good run right behind them. Diallo and Berry have all had some critical moments early on in this 2024 season. First-time head coach Mario Sanchez leading the way for this FC Tulsa side. It's going to be a good one. Wet, rainy, that's all right. The fans, they're ready to go tonight. Week 6 in the USL Championship. We have kickoff just coming up, moments away.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Welcome back inside Heart Health Park. 47 degrees, slight breeze toward the north. Sacramento Republic looking to make it 6 straight unbeaten, and they'll try to do it home against FC Tulsa, who comes in playing just their 4th game on the season. For Sacramento, led by Mark Briggs, looking for his 63rd win in his career, 5th year as the head man of the club. Meanwhile, FC Tulsa, Mario Sanchez, a Fresno State grad just down the valley, getting his first real big gig in his career, but he's got this team starting to gel ready. As you just see them early on here, you can see that chemistry building. FC Tulsa could be someone to reckon with as this season continues. 2024 season, Republic have their sights set on a championship. FC Tulsa trying to make some noise. They'll kick it off. They're in black, Republic in white. For Sacramento will head to the Tower Bridge Battalion, the north end. It will be Tulsa heading south toward Danny Vidiello in the American River side of the stadium. Ricardo Fierro checking his watch, blows the whistle, and here we go from Heart Health Park. Connor Donovan, 200th USL appearance, and one of the best defenders Sacramento has had in its 11-year history. What do you expect early from this game here, Adam? It's a little bit wet. We've played in some pretty miserable weather here in the first month and a half of the season, but here's a team that we don't know a lot about history-wise because we haven't really seen this collection of players together on this same pitch.
It's still new season, and with Tulsa, a lot of new players, so we haven't seen that. But for Sacramento, I think they're going to come out early with a lot of energy. They're at home in front of their fans. It has been a wet day here in Sacramento. The grass, it may hold up a little bit, so just look for the wide areas, especially those balls getting played in behind. And I think we're going to see an active start from the Republic, and Tulsa will really want to match it.
Tulsa 1-1-1, 4 points, currently 8th in the Western Conference. Sacramento 11 points, 3 wins, and 2 draws, a +3 goal differential. And this ball is served into the mix early on. Connor Donovan will send it back. You can see the water spraying behind the players here. About an inch of rain over the last 24 hours here. It's supposed to subside. No more moisture expected to fall for the rest of the evening. So it should improve, but of course the field's not going to quickly dry out in the middle of the evening. Aldair Sanchez getting another start as Dami Villader is on injured replacement here, as this is Jack Gurr into some space to the right side, might go for goal, denied as Swahi and Segrist coming together. Our Actor Report brought to you by Delta Dental, and so no Sebastian Herrera and no Dami Villader for the Sacramento Republic. Cicerone turning, Cicerone cut down, but no whistle coming. And the switch is on quickly. We're seeing Tulsa look for opportunities. It's Arthur Rogers, former USL League One man out of Northern Colorado, and a good defensive play coming from Aldair Sanchez, a 21-year-old out of Washington.
You just see the ball slowing up in these wide areas, and that's just something you got to be careful of. But thankfully, it's not the center of the park. But that was a nice piece of defending by Aldair Sanchez. Speak about him, Jack Gurr. A lot of the praise they get is going forward, but they never neglect those defensive duties. As that ball direct to Trevor Ammon, he's just going to get it underneath.
And a quick booking to Trevor Ammon, the first yellow of the evening, coming within 3 minutes of play by Ricardo Fierro on Trevor Ammon. Trevor Ammon, how about this? 4 goals on the year, and here's the replay. Adam, walk us through it. Crowd not happy.
Yeah, the ball got played into Ammon, and it just gets away from him, and he slides through to get the ball. There's not much in that, to be honest. And Justin Portillo is rolling around like he's broke his last. Twice he's been rolling around, throwing his hands up like it's the theatrics that won't endear him to the fans here in Sacramento. And he's back up to take the free kick as well. It's an amazing recovery.
Well, Justin Portillo, 2 assists and a 3-3 draw with Phoenix a week plus ago. Edwin Lasso and Alexis Swahi also on the USL Team of the Week for Tulsa. And what a match that was, back and forth. They were down 2-1 at one point. And then Dark Vermello, the former Republic striker, with a penalty kick late in that game. And it would end 3-3.
You see the high pressure from Sacramento. They're looking for a mistake, but straight away they got to be mindful of Tulsa. And the referee was going to blow a free kick. He lets the play go, and Diallo's on this left-hand side for Tulsa.
Timmer able to recover and takes it right back. Nick Ross having a strong start to the year. 2 assists already in the season. Trevor Ammon, and this is clipped from behind, and Rodrigo Lopez and Russell Cicerone, and now a bit of taunting coming from the back from Swahi, and Ricardo Fierro electing not to do much with it. This will hop into the arms as a charging front attacking from Stefan Stojanovic, already in the mix, 2 goals on the year, and tried to get in behind the back line there. And Trevor Ammon, and the flag goes up. And here is a booking coming late to Luis Felipe. And 2 quick yellows headed to Sacramento in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any need for the referee to be doing that. And there was contact. The referee was going to stop play. Again, unless there's malice or any reckless, and there's no. I don't think we'll get another look at that either from Luis Felipe, but you just got to be careful. Trevor Ammon, Luis Felipe, yellow card within the first 5 minutes.
How does this change how Sacramento moving forward? They've got to be a bit on notice here.
Well, at this pace, I don't think anyone's finishing the game. We'll have about 7 reds.
Rogavin setting this one up pitch. Alder Sanchez doing a nice job and coming in hard with the challenge is Goodrum, and Sacramento, Rodrigo Lopez pleading his case.
I think the referee has to get control of this.
Yeah,
we're only 6 minutes in, but it should be a free kick for Sacramento. Philip Goodrum just comes in and wipes out Alder Sanchez.
Well, this is, sad to say, nothing new in this situation here. Sacramento moving forward, trying to get Trevor Hammond, Lee Desmond. They'll spring it right back. Goodrum plays it back. Rodrigo Lopez. Jack Gerd, some space, comes angling in. The ball will slow up, so there's going to be a little bit of a different run from Republic. Here's Cicerone. And it slices off his foot in the wrong direction. Just a bit too much water. You can see the spray coming every time the ball touches the ground. Meanwhile, Connor Donovan goes down. Stojanovic trying to turn Connor. Cicerone, 1 goal, 1 assist in the victory over Colorado Springs a week ago, getting himself, and their ball just dead stop. Ferry will try to spread it out wide. There's just section of the pitch which it looks great out there, and you don't really can't see it, Adam, and it just all of a sudden just checks up, and it's going to be one of those evenings you're going to have to play with it. Both teams are playing the same conditions, and that's, I think, what coach is trying to tell their players.
Yeah, you will have to figure it out quickly, though, if you're Alder Sanchez, apologies, on this left-hand side. It seems to be the worst area. Lee Desmond here. So really firm your passes, don't take any chances, and it might be a game where you're putting the ball in the air a little more.
Well, for Sacramento, I mean, 48 hours ago it was 85 degrees here, so it's not like they were even able to train in the rain. But I guess last week in Colorado Springs might be a bit forward. Here's Gurry's winding up, going to send the deep cross in, looking for Cicerone. It'll fall to Alder Sanchez, and the foul as Cicerone is whistled in the crowd, letting Ricardo Fierro hear it. And a Tulsa player remains down, and it will be Rogers who's going to milk this one a bit longer as well. Not sure much of the contact there, unless he rolled his ankle, but take a look at this, Adam.
Yeah, Cicerone comes into the back of him, and there's nothing there. That's maybe just caught his leg. I mean, if you're a defender going down like that, you've got to be very careful. You really better hurt yourself if you're going to go down like that. The referees typically don't call those.
And there's Mario Sanchez, first year. Most notably coaching the University of Louisville and the Lou City's U23, but really getting his first USL Championship taste here. And has an opportunity to revamp the Tulsa team, who was just outside the playoff picture a season ago. Donovan off of Luis Felipe. Nice turn from Roro, holding, shielding. Lasso running him over. Will quickly restart. And Rodrigo Lopez,
yeah, he's
firing it up, trying to get Lasso to back up. And the crowd's hearing it. This might be the tempo and the kind of energy and style we're going to see tonight. Both teams coming out with a bit of injury, and Ricardo Fierro already issuing 2 yellow cards, both to Sacramento. Rogers will have to backpedal, will head it back.
Well done there, Arthur Rogers. Sacramento's just opting to leave everyone a little higher. We'll see how Tulsa reacts. Do they just send it long? Do they try and play out from the back? And they're going to take their gamble, and Lee Desmond comes up for that. Caught out of position. And there hasn't been too much flow in the game so far. It's been stopped so much.
Rodrigo Lopez, first good touch. Looking for a teammate. He'll find Gurr on the right wing. Timmer's going to overlap. And it comes right back to Lopez, slicing through. Moving forward was Nick Ross. And now on the counter, here comes, at least for the moment, FC Tulsa. Well, before starting any digging project, it's crucial to call 811. Free service allows utility companies to mark their underground lines, helping to protect the community from risk or utility line damages. Call 811 before you dig. How about another clean sheet for Danny Vidiello a week ago? Already 3 on the season for Sacramento. We're 6 weeks in, and Lee Desmond continues his run forward as Ferry can't take him down. Sliding slipping through. Lasso can't stay on his feet. Everybody, it's a slip and slide. There's a shot. Here's Ammon. It's a crossbar. It went in. Oh, no, just over. It looked like it here, though. Man, the whole crowd was erupting. Yeah. Just trickled on top. Oh.
And it deceived most people in the stands, and it just hit the black post on the back. The stanchion comes behind the net, but it is still 0-0. That was a nice passage of play from Sacramento. And it starts on the left-hand side. Lee Desmond just taking the space that's given to him, gets it out to the right, and Jack Kerr, we know he can deliver it. And just, you got to just be careful, players on both sides out here with the slippy conditions. You know, you just have a tendency to go to ground. And I shouldn't be speaking about this because I love this, but you just, it does invite you to go to ground a little bit easier than typically you would.
And there's going to be bodies flying all over the place. Putting it forward for Diallo. Diallo and Gurr. Gurr will get to it first, sends it out of play, and it will be a throw for FC Tulsa. Jack Kerr, Defender of the Year finalist after a fantastic season. 5 goals and 6 assists. This one's into the box. It's there for Connor Donovan, winding up. Looking for an opportunity here. Lasso not afraid to strike from distance. Over the top to Stojanovic, trying to shield. He's looking for a teammate. Felipe with a nice turn. Trevor Hammond. And 2 players coming together. Very dangerous, those 2. That's Portillo and Russell Cicerone. And here in the mud pit. Almost the deep of a kiddie pool right there, Adam.
Mark Briggs having a word with the referee. I think he's unhappy with the decisions that have been made. You have to say, definitely favored Tulsa early in this game, and Rogers just battling the balls there. And he just loses his fit, and he just slips on this right-hand side. Arthur Rogers gets a free kick, and I don't think he's trying to dive there either. I think he just lost his grip. But it's another opportunity. Justin Portillo, anytime he's over the ball, you always know he's going to give you a good chance of getting on the end of it.
Well, Adam, and you have conditions like this. This should be a 4-person, match where they're being officiated, because you can't have one guy doing it with so many bodies going to ground with the water the way it is. Diallo, left-footed, curling ball into the box it goes.
Yeah, you're right. You need the help from the sidelines in these kind of games.
Gurr, Lasso, Colombian making a statement in his first appearance, getting a goal. FC Tulsa, big win against Las Vegas, but Las Vegas has really turned things around. They've started to collect themselves. 3-1 to start the year, then they fall to Orange County, and now after Phoenix 3-3 draw, they'll take on the Sacramento side in Northern California on a wet evening. Well, the sun's starting to peak just before the sun goes down. Gurr going to put this forward. Trevor Hammond. Roggeveen. The soft outlet out of the Netherlands, his 2nd start of the year. Continued pressure here from Sacramento.
A couple of great passes from the goalkeeper there. And again, that is the modern goalkeeper. Rather than just booting the ball away, as Jack Kerr is going to get a free kick.
And Jared Timmer has a few words, and another booking coming out. There's 3 already on the night. First team 15 minutes in. This one's Boubacar Diallo.
Again, I don't think there's any need to give him he probably feels the need now that he's given 2 to Sacramento, but kicks the ball away, Diallo. But I don't think that needs to be a yellow card. Jared Timmer didn't like the treatment, but the referee's definitely opened a can of worms here early in this game.
Well, Diallo is the former son of Mamadou Diallo, MLS, Tampa Bay, New England, Metro Stars. And now here is a shove and some further curricular activities is another yellow will come out. This one's going to go against Lasso as he appeared to have kicked. And now a shove, and this has gotten out of control. And there's a red card, and Lasso is gone. Tulsa's down to 15 men. And this has gotten a bit out of control. 10 men, 15 minutes in. It's a bit rough, Adam.
Now we'll get a better look at it. I'm not sure what the initial yellow card was handed out, and then it got changed to a red, so I'm not too sure if there's a reaction in there. And again, I don't think he's trying to do much, Lasso, but he just, when you leave the ground, you run the risk of getting a yellow or a red card. I'm not, again, unsure of what the second yellow was.
The second yellow came in after he made contact with what appears to be either Jack Gurr or Russell Cicerone. Not quite sure. See if we get a look at it. But I'll tell you what, it was trying to set the tone early, and I think that Tulsa was allowed to sort of play a little bit more reckless early on. Now it's kind of bitten them, so this is a tough break. You hate to see this early on in the game. And here's the second one, Lasso, as Lee Desmond comes up. And then the push there, Lee Desmond overselling it a bit.
Yeah, from the angle the referee's at, it's not great. Again, you make contact with someone's face, and you're just shoving Lee Desmond out of his way. And this is a very contentious game. 17 minutes in. You never know, but I mean, I doubt both. I doubt that'll be the last red card we're seeing. If it continues like this and the referee cannot get a hold of the game.
Well, and you start to play,
and the players have to be careful as well, because these conditions, they invite those challenges. And you saw one earlier with Cicerone and Portillo. I mean, someone gets that wrong, and
you start to get the back and forth. Now to even the game up a little bit. It gets messy quick. But now I guess you got to ask yourself, if you're Mario Sanchez, are you making some changes? Lasso sort of key in the midfield and in what they're trying to do and what they're trying to build. But now down to 10 men, and he's going to take his time getting off the pitch here. So 5 yellows, cards now handed out, 2 to Edwin Lasso in consecutive moments. So here we are with 70+ minutes to go in this game, and there's down to 10 men for FC Tulsa. It may have just completely shattered their strategy moving forward.
Sanchez definitely does have to think about maybe some changes. And he is a good player, the Colombian, in the middle of the park, and he will be, he will be missed not only for the rest of this game, but any further suspension he has. And I think you might just see Philip Goodrum just sit a little bit deeper. Stojanovic by himself up top, maybe not getting as much support.
4-4-1 or maybe a 4-3-1 in a sense. So we'll see how this 4-3-2 maybe looking like.
And it's been so stop-start. It is really hard to, neither team's had a consistent spell of play.
And the rainbow has just appeared just above the stadium. So all of this, a little bit of violence and harmony within moments of each other, Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be no more yellow cards the rest of the game.
Well, don't miss a minute of action. Join the Republic. Become a season ticket member today. Head over to sacrepublicfc.com/memberships for more information. Down to 10 men. Tulsa, as Lasso issued 2 yellow cards after a heavy challenge along the touchline and then making contact to Lee Desmond. And here we are, scoreless on a cold and what was a very rainy day. A little bit of wind now heading to the north end.
The Republic being patient, moving the ball around, waiting for the right time. That one just behind Trevor Ammon. And these are the moments when you have a player less so early. It's just, you get the ball up to Stojanovic, but he doesn't have much support helping him. I think it's going to be a throw-in on that far side.
And you see Jared Timmer hobbling here after going down. I think what you're right. You've seen a lot of players go to ground.
Yeah, and he might came off worse on that one, Jared Timmer. Get a little bit of the ball.
There's Shane Wheat if Mark has to go looking for some bodies along that back line. And here comes the quick throw. Roggeveen, a little bit of foot action, getting past Roro. Nick Ross to the right side, it's Gert.
Another trait of the modern goalkeeper. Being able to dribble past some pressure as well.
We haven't seen Roggeveen in the USL, but 57 appearances in first and second division in the Netherlands. He's a little bit of experience, and again, a completely almost revamped roster for this FC Tulsa side. Only 2 players returning to the starting line. Aldair Sanchez with a nice step, trying to keep the run going. Felipe will spray it out to Cicerone, who's waiting. On the corner comes Ammon is waiting, takes another touch. He's going to go with his left foot, and it's Ferry who will send it clear. Trevor Ammon was hunting up top, waiting for it.
And that's what we saw last week from Russell Cicerone. When he gets on the ball, he loves to drive with it, commit players. He beats one, and he's not afraid to take a shot with his right or left foot. Gets a corner kick for this Republic side.
Our first Atlas disposal corner kick of the evening. We've had 5 yellows first corner.
And with Tulsa, they have every single player in the box. So even if they're able to clear it.
Roro, it's under Donovan, is denied. Roggeveen able to do it. Here's the follow-up. Not there, but that's exactly what Mark Briggs wanted to see more of this year. A great opportunity coming. Just been able to get it through.
Connor Donovan on his 200th appearance. What a moment that would have been for him, and unfortunately just goes straight at the goalkeeper. And Tulsa unable to clear it. The follow-up for Trevor Ammon, he just drags it wide.
That was
with his left foot.
That was a fantastic save by Roggeveen.
And he didn't see much of it. Good reactions from him.
Roro's going to let it fall to Ammon. Ammon tried to back heel. Felipe in a bit of space. Back to Gerd. You can still see it's very wet on the pitch after rain for most of the day.
Tulsa is just dropping into, rather than that 4-1-4-1 we saw from them, it will just be a 4-4-1.
All time, this has been a series that has not been kind to Tulsa. 9 wins, 3 draws for Sacramento.
And it's going to be hard for them to change that. And Aldair Sanchez just gets clipped on the head from Arthur Rogers. And he's fine. He's able to continue. But yes, it's not been a favorable matchup for Tulsa. But we mentioned it before. It's a lot of new faces for this Tulsa squad, and you never know, year by year it's different. But being down a man already is going to make it tough to change that trend.
Sacramento here has scored 16 goals in the series, and interesting enough, 17 actually on the road. Last year, 1-1. Rodrigo da Costa getting a goal. But here at home, 4-0-2, and see if they can pick up win number 5 at Hart Health Park against FC Tulsa, who originally came into the league as the Roughnecks and rebranded and changed a few seasons ago. This will be a corner, first for Tulsa on the evening. This is, I guess, with down 10 men. These are the kind of opportunities you hope to create something. This is the man who did it a week ago against Phoenix. 2 assists on corner kicks, Justin Portillo.
New home for him this year. Fans might remember him from New Mexico United. Spent a lot of time there, but we do know with Portillo, he's a fantastic delivery.
$14 goals, 10 assists in 2 seasons with New Mexico, driving this one in, and Trevor Hammond able to get to it. Nicely done from Rodrigo Lopez here. Here's the ball flying right back towards Danny Vidiello, and Stojanovic onside. Flag stays down, denied at the point of entry. And now can Sacramento bring up their own kind of attack? Coming the other way, Trevor Hammond in stride, going against Tete. Tete able to turn it around and gain control. Some physical play here still between the two sides, but it's calmed down a bit since Lasso earning 2 straight yellows. Over the top it goes. They're going to try to still spring good rum as Stojanovic, it seems. And maybe their best opportunity to try to find a goal down a man here. Still dangerous as ever. Stojanovic and Goodrum each with a goal, and Stojanovic with 2. 11 shots leading the team is Stojanovic after just 3 games, mind you. You watch that Phoenix match, not that far away from a hat trick. I mean, he had some pretty good looks. He's able to split those back defenders quite easily. But here tonight, it's going to be much tougher with Sacramento, one of the best defensive clubs in the league, could argue the best. With 3 shutouts already. Alder Sanchez finding Cicerone out here on the left wing. Desmond will keep the pressure on, finding Cicerone, a little give and go. They'll continue the triangle and work it around.
And it's not working down the left-hand side, so Sacramento's just going to shift it, see if they can get it out to Jack Gurr.
Out chase to Segrist. Gurr whipping this ball in. Sacramento unable to get a body there as Swahi is able to find it. Here comes Timmer. And Sacramento with 11 men are going to be able to find some more opportunities like this in earning possessions back.
It's going to be a tough evening for Stojanovic. He's just left up there. He's isolated. So as this pressure keeps coming from Sacramento, there's no real outlet. It's just him, and he's going to have a couple defenders on him.
Cross coming. Ammon trying to play it back. May have been off a Tulsa player, and it will be a corner kick. Well done by Trevor Ammon. Couldn't find target, but knew enough to there that he might find a corner, and he does just that.
Yeah, the ball from Roro, I think initially a lot of people thought it was maybe going to go over everyone, but Trevor Ammon didn't. And it's a great ball, dangerous spot. Ammon hits it off Rogers. It's another corner kick, and it gives this man a chance. Found Connor Donovan last time. And he'll get another opportunity.
Portillo not taking any chances.
As I mentioned earlier, every single player for Tulsa is in the box. Now, everyone there, so even if they do get a clearance, the ball is going to come straight back at them.
Crowd stomping their feet here at Hard Health Park. The delivery, Roro. Here comes a cleanup from Gurr. We'll just try to play it forward. And it allows touch. Tulsa, it did. It will be a corner kick.
It did. He's looking for a handball, Jack Gurr, and I think he might be right. I think it does come off the arm. I'm not sure if it's enough to give a penalty kick. He made up a lot of ground to just get on that ball before it hit the ground.
And Swahi. Roro delivery again, back post. And the whistle comes in. Too much contact by Sacramento. Scoreless through 30 minutes, but 2 straight yellows to Edwin Lasso, and Tulsa's down to 10. Well, introducing Republic KC by Elk Grove Charter School. Republic FC Kids Club is an exclusive opportunity for young Republic fans. Cheer on the Indomitable Club with special perks and swag. Sign up at sacrepublicfc.com/kidsclub. Hammond trying under his feet. A little soggy. Body still slipping and falling. Arthur Rogers and Trevor Hammond playing together in Northern Colorado hailstorm. But Rogers a very good defensive player for that Northern Colorado side that had some great success in US Open Cup runs. Of course, we know what Trevor did. 26 goals, 3 assists. And now both find themselves in key roles in USL Championship. Cicerone trying to weave his way through. Hammond is also making the run. Kublik will come right back at it. Roro cutting to his left. He's got Felipe. Roro serving, looking for Hammond. Hammond will take it off the shot. Here comes an opportunity back for Sacramento. It's Gurr. But FC Tulsa, enough bodies in there. Segrist able to deny a look on goal.
Everyone once again behind that ball for Tulsa.
Another cross denied by Segrist.
And straight away, Jack Gurr's going to find Nick Ross. And the pressure will keep mounting.
Opportunity through, it sneaks in! Oh, it just dribbled through the wet grass! Rodrigo Lopez surprising everybody. FC Tulsa is going to have to collect themselves. Roro first on the year.
And he gets it. Rodrigo Lopez picks it up in a great spot. And it takes a wicked deflection, which leaves the goalkeeper no chance. He's gone to his left, just can't get over far enough to his right. But the ball round the corner from Luis Felipe, and Roro does the rest. Put the ball on target, you never know what happens.
You're right, it just sort of seems it was just sliding through, and it almost seemed like it's going to be an easy play for Rogavin, but it ended up not being that. I don't think he maybe picked up the ball, you took the deflection as you talked about. Well, either way, Rodrigo Lopez has his first on the year. In more than 2 years, he's had a goal.
We've seen him score some wonderful goals, and it doesn't matter. That's on target. Is challenging the goalkeeper. So well done for him. He's still getting it done.
They should qualify the 2-year mark. He was out for 5 months last season with a hip injury. Weren't sure if he'd even be back. Did have 5 assists last season. But obviously what he did in 2022 helping lead this team to the US Open Cup finale. And then with the winning penalty kick against Sporting KC here, just one of the many legendary moments in a Republic uniform, and has the first goal of 2024. Maybe one of his easier goals.
Aside from the Connor Donovan header, the goalkeeper wasn't challenged enough, and
Sanchez looking to cross this one, and Portillo getting low, and another corner kick for Sacramento.
But that's why Roro, just take a shot. You know, if it goes on target, yeah, you're testing the goalkeeper, takes a little deflection, goes into the back of the net. And Republic can make it even worse here for Tulsa. Nick Ross is looking to take this early.
Quick tucked in, Roro, back post, Timmer trying to keep it in play. Rogavin able to come out. FC Tulsa defender may have also got a touch on it, and they stay alive.
If you're Sacramento Republic, you don't want to take your foot off the gas. You want to make this a long night for Tulsa. They're already down a man. Makes it really hard on them. They're down a goal against one of the toughest defensive units in the whole league.
Good defending here by FC Tulsa, able to turn, going down low, Roro. And the foul committed on Ferry.
No, I don't think that's, I think it's just a throw-in. I'm not sure if he called the foul. The referee was dying to, but he realized that it wasn't working out well for him at the start of the game. And it is just going to be a throw-in, which is the right call. It was a well-timed challenge.
Things have calmed down a bit after a hectic start. It was physical, body slime. You can just see Ferry on that right side just trying to make a move. I know this is a Scottish summer for you, but for many players, it's a bit cold out here.
You can tell because I had my shorts and t-shirt on. Is that how you can tell? Yeah, Nick Ross won't mind this.
Honestly, the temperature's not bad. It's really just the wet, the water just kind of settling into the grass all day long. And the ground crew wasn't able to even make any headway because it was raining all the way through warm-ups.
That was supposed to stop raining at 3 o'clock. And yeah, it continued for an extra 4 hours.
Well, continuing now is Luis Felipe after the takeaway. Gurr just outside the corner. Dump it off to Roro. Seagrass trying to get there. Roro chipping it. Ammon coming in. Bodies flying everywhere. Tulsa's able to do enough to clear.
And it's coming straight back at them, though.
Nick Ross, he'll switch the field. Started with Desmond. It's in Gurr. Now it's a Roro. A little tap and go. Trying to get there. Seagrass does a nice job to break it up once again. Mark Briggs singling him out in our call earlier, saying Patrick Seagrass is going to be a handful for us. He's very good on that left side, and he's shown tonight 2 quality defensive plays already to break up scoring attempts for Sacramento. Came over from Colorado Springs the middle of August last year.
And he did well there, Seagrass, and we won't likely see him going forward as much tonight. But he'll have a big job trying to stop this man, Jack Gurr.
Gurr back post, bodies flying, and a foul on Timmer, a little bit of a push. And with that, we'll take a step aside.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
And the whistle will blow. Sacramento, Rodrigo Lopez. Goal in the 33rd minute is the difference here. But in the 16th minute, it was Edwin Lasso was 2 straight yellows after a heavy challenge. And then making contact with Lee Desmond in the neck head area. And a yellow was issued right after. And he was sent home. And so Tulsa playing with 10 men the rest of the way. It was Sacramento had 2 early yellows in the first 5 minutes of the game. You could kind of just sense the way this game was going to go. Slipping and falling. FC Tulsa's Tate trying to stay on his feet. And this is just a slog here. Both players coming together there. But Lee Desmond staying on his feet. You talk about how many guys are going to go down to ground. There's an opportunity where it didn't help you. But if you're FC Tulsa, you're going to try to win any possible 50-50 ball you can. Here's Ammon trying to slide. Going to step through. Cicerone just hanging around, lurking, ready to attack. That's what you get now with Cicerone and Ammon. You're really getting some serious opportunities to put the ball in the back of net for Sacramento, making different kinds of runs, different kinds of looks. And just think, you have Sebastian Herrera coming back, and then Kieran Phillips coming on loan, could be available next week. Here's Rodrigo Lopez trying to find Cicerone. Cicerone shielding. Cicerone with the left foot. Well, choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage. Check out their affordable plans. They've been keeping the community strong for more than 25 years. WesternHealthAdvantage.com. Getting turned around, battling, hooking, and falling. Goodrum will earn a free kick.
Nice piece of play by Philip Goodrum. Just turning Connor Donovan, getting the wrong side of him, forcing the defender commit a foul. And these are the moments where Tulsa will look to capitalize, look to get back in this game. It's been one-way traffic ever since that red card. Sacramento getting the goal, taking the lead with 5 minutes left in this first half.
Portillo dropping over the top. Connor Donovan, well, that's a little misplayed there. Lets it roll off his back. It will be a corner kick, and Portillo to step up again. Portillo, former player for Mark during his Real Monarchs of Salt Lake. He was a team MVP back in those 2020, 2022 was his time there. Also played MLS for RSL. Charleston Battery before that. Portillo, this one's low. Swahi, who has a goal on the year, may have been the intended target there, and a miscommunication in terms of whose it is. Well, we'll go to FC Tulsa here. It's Portillo with a quick throw. Stojanovic can't keep it at his feet. That's out of play. 39 points, 10th in the Eastern Conference. It's sort of one of those clubs that's been back and forth, and they're in the Western Conference this year, so it's hard to keep track. Last playoff appearance was 2021. Went to playoffs 2 years in a row, 20 and 21, and those are the only years for FC Tulsa. They're trying to build some momentum here as Oklahoma's premier club.
And they've switched things a little bit. It's another chance for Republic. If they can get the ball out to that right-hand side. Whee.
Heavy challenge. Stojanovic coming in, and Lee Desmond just sticking the ground.
And Tulsa has changed. They've put Philip Goodrum up top, and Stojanovic has come to this right-hand side to try and get him involved in the game.
Nick Ross has room, finding Cicerone. Cicerone, a couple of bodies around him, able to find Gurr. Gurr will send it in, and it's denied and out of play.
And again, I don't think there's any need for Jack Gurr to cross that there. You've two players in the box. You have 6 Tulsa, and it just recycle it, bring it back round. And that one there, you get more numbers in the box. He gets a corner kick. And just keep an eye on the Republic on this corner kick here. Jack Gurr, sometimes those signals, the arms go up, something that's been rehearsed. The fact that Jack Gurr's on it and not Rodrigo Lopez means it could be different. And what tends to happen, he'll read what's going on, and if it's not on, he'll just whip it in.
Connor Donovan
kicked it off his own face there. I think that's
he did,
a nice move.
It was all the design play. This one's whipped right back in. A good-looking header from Trevor Hammond, and it just misses target. Just as they drew it up, unfortunate to connect there, but 2 good-looking headers, just unable to find the back of the net. But either way, Sacramento continued to put the pressure on a 10-man FC Tulsa side.
Yeah, he does well, Trevor Hammond. And this time, it just skips off the net on the other side to the goal. A lot of fans in the stadium again thinking Trevor Hammond had scored.
He got me on the first one.
That was the first goal he scored for the Republic. Was here, and it was with his head. And that was a bullet, that one.
A lot of questions, probably not for Trevor Hammond, but others. Could his USL 1 experience translate to USL Championship? Well, Allen, 6 games, has 4 goals already.
I'm sure for him as well, it's anytime you're taking a step up in standards, it's going to be a challenge, and I'm sure there's some questions himself, some doubt, but he's came in and he's shown his value. He's shown that he can, not only can he do it in League One, he can do it in the USL Championship, and it's a testament to the hard work he's put in. It's never easy when you're making those jumps, but that's part of a player. You want to step up to that next level. And he's been a fantastic addition to this Republic side. You have to say the game has mellowed out considerably, I think, after that red card. We're not seeing as many reckless challenges.
Donovan slipping in the corner. It will be a throw for Tulsa. 5 minutes of stoppage time here at Hardouth Park. Again, 5 yellow cards in the first 16 minutes of this game.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Not here. Meanwhile, Diallo and company moving. Portillo trying to serve. Rogers has a pretty good right foot himself. Segrist coming up with a follow. Jack Gurr just getting low, trying to make his presence known on the service. May have been a long shot either way. Segrist will get it back with a throw for Tulsa.
It's been a good little passage of play here for Tulsa right before the half. They would absolutely love to get back into this game.
A bit of a hold there. Crystal Creamery has been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Local, fresh Crystal Creamery, and another booking handed out.
Yeah, Blaine Ferry just puts his body in the way. Rodrigo Lopez goes to take it early, and that is typically an automatic yellow card.
Rodrigo Lopez, 33rd minute.
Call Russell for a handball there. He goes down to the ground, a lot of contact. Once again, great distribution from Rogovin. Nothing he could have done on that goal, but he's had a pretty decent night so far with his feet.
Well, he had stop against Connor Donovan on the header and the delivery from Rodrigo Lopez. But foot race here. Rogers trying to keep it in play and does. Nicely done by the right back from Tulsa. Lee Desmond able to poke it away. His space ran out for number 4.
I love the persistence of Lee Desmond right there. He had it. The rain, the water slowed it down a little bit. He looked like he'd lost the battle, but he just never gives up. And just having him healthy this season is a massive, massive difference for this Republic side. His leadership on the field.
Good play here coming. Goodrum trying to make a move on goal, and Jack Gurr coming on from the other side to make the stop. And it started to break down a little bit there, and that's where it gets a little nervy for Mark Briggs and this coaching staff, who want to see this team really finish these halves out.
And it is 1-0, despite the fact that they're down a man. Tulsa is very much in this game. All it takes is one moment. We saw Republic scoring off a deflected shot, so there's another set piece for Portillo.
Portillo delivering. This one's right in the middle. Very dangerous for FC Tulsa Sacramento. This one's bouncing back. Portillo's going to be onside. Headed away and clear. Connor Donovan taking no chances. And maybe a little miscommunication from the Republic about where maybe positioning should have been. And either way, it's going to be another corner opportunity. And he's got to make you feel a little nervous because Portillo is one of the best in the business at serving balls in from the corner. And Tulsa with down a man, this is a great opportunity to get one back. This one's floating high. Danny Vidiello will call it out of the air. Whistle coming anyway. And may have been over the line. So a goal kick here for the reigning goalkeeper of the year. Last opportunity for Sacramento in this half. Ross, Sanchez, here's Stojanovic. He's looking up, going to try to find a teammate.
Just nothing on. No outlet for them, being down a man.
And there's the whistle to the end the first half of play. Tulsa down to 10 men. Sacramento able to convert on a Rodrigo Lopez goal, his first since October of 2022. And the Republic have the advantage as they go to the locker room on a wet night in Sacramento. Halftime shows coming up, and then we got another 45 minutes to go here from the California capital.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, I said what I said. I don't care, I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses are broken free from the fields.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes, only want the best. Everybody every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Santos fired back into the box, takes a deflection. Herman, that one takes an awkward one. What a save by Vitiello.
Ball across toward Harris! Close range! 4 goals in 3 games! Ball through. Oh, it's Harris! Wilson Harris! His 51st championship goal!
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/driveelectric.
It's a great opportunity for them to make new friends, come out and learn a new skill, or if they've been playing for a long time, to come out and compete against some of the other kids that are from the local area.
Welcome back on a wet and cold night in Sacramento. The Republic with the goal advantage thanks to Rodrigo Lopez. Started off intense, started to mellow out a little bit. Unfortunately for FC Tulsa, down to just 10 men. But for now, we'll see how this game can go for the next 45 minutes or so. Take a look around the league, shall we? As what a start Lou City has had already, and they're going to appreciate it. A little pat on the back to Wilson Harris, who's come out blazing. And you know this man, Detroit's Danny Dick, a former assistant here in Sacramento, getting coach of the month.
Yeah, great start to the season for him as well in Detroit. That's going to be interesting in the East if they can continue. Louisville, Detroit battling it out, but congrats to Danny and Wilson.
And for the U.S. Open Cup, Sacramento will enter in the round of 32, so that will come in early May. So these are games to keep an eye on to see who Sacramento might ultimately face as they enter the U.S. Open Cup. So more to come here in Sacramento. Rodrigo Lopez and company had the lead early here as the Republic looking to continue their winning ways to start the year.
We can bring new life into the world. Why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
It's a great opportunity for them to make new friends, come out and learn a new skill, or if they've been playing for a long time, to come out and compete against some of the other kids that are from the local area.
Cold night in Sacramento. Fans enjoying a Republic advantage after 45 minutes and some change. Let's take a look at how it all went down early on. 5 yellow cards issued in the first 16 minutes of this game, Adam. It was a bit physical, it was testy, but early on, things started to shape and go in the Republic's way.
It's a good play here by Lee Desmond, who's just driving forward, and Jack Gurr's been a great outlet on that side. And we thought Trevor Ammon had given the team the lead, just hits the post behind the goal.
What a delivery here from Roro.
And Connor Donovan hanging in the air, gets good contact with it. Unfortunately, a little too close to the goalkeeper, Roggeveen, who parries it all.
A fantastic stop by Roggeveen there out of the Netherlands, coming up big in his first year with FC Tulsa. Sacramento's follow-up.
And this was them getting on the score sheet. It's a lovely ball by Luis Felipe around the corner. Roro picks a great position and just hits the target. And takes a wicked deflection right off Swahi.
Yeah, Swahi not able to maybe send that in the wrong direction, but Sacramento and Rodrigo Lopez with the goal advantage, and there's that possession number. Sacramento, the first time was last week where they didn't dominate possession. Here tonight, obviously, with FC Tulsa down to 10 men, our M&S Auto halftime stats. We'll probably see that continue. How does Sacramento not fall into trap, allow FC Tulsa to get corner kicks, allow them to get through, and maybe take a bit of a chance here and there? This is going to be key for Sacramento. Keep it locked down.
Yeah, they'd love to get something from this Tulsa, and this game is still in the balance. Mark Briggs would have told his team they've got to get out, they've got to get more goals. Only one goal. I don't think Tulsa's going to be too disappointed. Only been one down, been down a man for as long as they have been already. But the Republic have to find a way to continue, keep the pressure on, find more goals.
So about an inch of rain in the Northern California area earlier. It subsided just at about time of kickoff. But it remains wet and cold. The field, how will it hold up here in the second half of play? And what will this mean for substitutions for FC Tulsa? They're down to 10. For Sacramento, we already talked to Mark Briggs earlier this week. He said they went 60-minute trains. They kept it light because of so much travel and some of the weather they've had to deal with. Well, here again tonight, it's cold. They had 85-degree training days, and all of a sudden it's 40 degrees cooler than where you were training on Thursday. So you're probably going to look to your bench and some of maybe these younger players, keeping guys like Rodrigo Lopez healthy the long way through.
Yeah, I got to be mindful of that. It's early in the season. Sacramento have been fortunate. They've been able to keep most players healthy. And we're going to see sweeping changes here at the half for Tulsa. 3 subs coming in. That means 3 players will be departing. Looked like it was Joseph Sinclair and Pacheco coming into this one.
So Diego Pacheco out of Lisbon, Portugal. Harvey St. Clair, and Milo Yosef all into the game for FC Tulsa.
And it's the end of the night for Ferry, Stojanovic, and Goodrum.
Pacheco out of Minnesota United FC2, 26 games for the club. And now going to try to make a difference here as they'll restart the second half. We appreciate you tuning in, whether it's Incline Village in Lake Tahoe all the way to Mineola, New York. Friends and family and Republic fans everywhere, we appreciate it. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat with you on a 40-plus degree night in the capital of California, where Rodrigo Lopez has the Republic up a goal. Jared Timmer, a little bit hobbling after some contact that issued from Lasso. And then the diving defensive play that ultimately gave him a little stinger. Seems to be okay. And there's that big puddle right in front of Mark Briggs. Keep an eye on this right side as the Republic Jacker very much involved in the attack, and it could alter how Sacramento looks at this game moving forward, but a much more aggressive FC Tulsa side out of the gate here. Looks like Pacheco will be up top. And Milo Yosef will play to the left of him, just underneath. Really standing out for me in that first 45 for FC Tulsa was number 20, Patrick Segras. Made some key defensive stops to keep this game really where we see it now, 1-0.
Yeah, he did well, the left back. We mentioned he's going to have his work cut out for him. You might not see him in as many advanced positions due to the fact that they are down a man, but he's going to be needed defensively. Well, in Sacramento, a lot of the attack does come down their right-hand side. Jack Gurr, Russell Cicerone drifts over there. Rodrigo Lopez loves to drift in that position.
Sacramento starting off the year unbeaten through 5, and asked Mark Briggs, how does this compare to last year where they went with 9 straight unbeaten? He said this year's really has been harder. It's more impressive almost, as Russell Cicerone taking an elbow as both players trying to make a move. And both getting the worst of the wear. Yosef going down, Cicerone maybe selling it a little bit here, but
yeah, maybe that right arm of Yosef. Both of them, again, the ball gets caught up, so both players have it underneath, and I don't think there's much intent there from Yosef.
And that's what I think with both these teams. It was a bit aggressive out, but I think both teams were just trying to find their way with the ball getting caught up. It was slippery, trying to gain any kind of advantage they can, but nothing to seem malicious. And it's sort of unfortunate for FC Tulsa to see Lasso go out of the game, but a little bit out of control in those first 15 minutes. It's settled down since there.
Keep an eye on Jack Gurr at the top of the box here. I mean, no one.
Lopez, he'll find an opportunity, and Cicerone was peeling back, and it allowed Diallo to come out.
And it was on from Rodrigo Lopez. Diallo read it. Just couldn't quite get enough angle, cutting it back.
Bit of pressure now from FC Tulsa,
which can leave them exposed. So the higher they go up, the higher up the field, it leaves opportunities like this for Alder Sanchez to find little pockets of space.
Will we see more of it as the game goes on if Sacramento still has a 1-goal lead?
If it's only 1 goal, Tulsa will throw some players forward to try and get back into the game, but they just have to be mindful. There's plenty of game left. They're still in this one. You go down a 2nd goal, it becomes a real mountain to climb for them. The longer they can keep it 1-0, the better.
33rd minute, Rodrigo Lopez from Luis Felipe.
And these are the moments where Sacramento, again, they're just going to move that ball around, be patient. Just find the right moments. They have an extra player, so there's always someone who's going to have more time and space.
Gurr's going to send it in, looking for our teammate. Hammond and Cicerone making a run. Tell you what, Stojanovic out of the game here. What does that mean for Sacramento defensively and how they play this?
It's going to be someone else. I think it's Pacheco is going to be occupying the 3 defenders. I think part of the plan from Coach Sanchez was just getting those guys out. They worked so hard, Gudrum, Stojanovic, but there's nothing they could do. They really had no outlet.
As that ball checks up a bit, and Nick Ross will just send it forward.
And that's a ball around the corner. Nick Ross, he's just looking for Trevor Ammon to get on the same page.
Well, and also what might play into it is the Open Cup beginning on Wednesday for FC Tulsa. They'll take on Arthur Rogers' former squad, Northern Colorado. And so probably playing into resting some of those players. They want to see if they can make a run, especially having only played 3 games. You've got some fresh bodies there that probably need to get in some game shape.
And the Open Cup coming up this year. Again, if you haven't seen the news, a lot of the MLS sides opting not to participate, which is unfortunate. The rich history of that competition, but it leaves a massive opportunity for the rest of the teams, not only the USL Championship teams, but a team like Northern Colorado Hailstorm,
who beat Colorado Springs a couple of years ago, made a run. I believe they took down RSL. And we know just the national attention, of course, that we saw here in 2022 because of Sacramento, but I mean, it was on Men in Blazers, is on a lot. Here comes a chance for FC Tulsa trying to make a turn, and not done yet. Still battling St. Clair. Luis Felipe working on a yellow, is going to have to be careful. And a takeaway, and the crowd loves it, but it is not over yet. It will be a goal kick. FC Tulsa showing a bit of life. But you saw how much the nation was in tune with what was happening because of the Sacramento run. And it really gave a lot of new eyeballs to that tournament. And of course, Messi last year. So it is a shame that sort of what we're seeing, but this is an opportunity again for Sacramento to earn some silverware. Just falling short in Orlando. Rodrigo Lopez, he's got Gerd to his right side. He's got a couple of bodies in the box. He's just going to chip it forward. Maybe couldn't find his footing, but
I think he's anticipating the ball is going to slow up. Maybe he's going to hit a puddle. Is it not? No, it doesn't. So then just throws off the rhythm. Jack Gern, doesn't quite get it right. Goes into the side net, and you definitely saw he's got an eye on that ball. But Rodrigo Lopez has been picking some really good positions higher up the field. Nick Ross, Luis Felipe is able to find him. Luis Felipe found him for the goal. And Roro has that ability. He can drop deep. He can dictate the play from deeper in the up the field, but he's got fantastic vision. He's picking up those little pockets right in front of the defenders.
Ammon has a step. Trevor trying to get on. He's got Cicerone to his left. Ball checked up, trying to find Russ. Russ is turning. Oh, it just missed it short side. What an effort from the 2 attacking strikers here for Sacramento. Trevor Ammon lost a step there as the ball slowed down just a tad, but he could hear Cicerone trucking behind him.
Yeah, and I think it's exactly that. I think Russell Cicerone calls his name, and it's something that Russell's really good at. He's receiving the ball. He's facing the wrong direction. He's able to just know where it is under his feet, and on that occasion just goes wide of the post, and that's going to be a handball called on Pacheco. But those are the moments that Sacramento haven't really done enough of, is getting Trevor Ammon in behind, making those runs. And part of that is due to the fact that Tulsa's just going to sit back,
and the ball just sort of stops a lot of times. This one's over the top. Alder Sanchez has got room. He's going to bring it down with his left foot, and it's cleared by Rogers. It'll set up a corner kick here. Brought to you by Alice Disposal for Sacramento. The one thing we probably haven't given enough attention to here this year, Adam, is how many returners yet again for Sacramento are coming back. they've already built a lot of chemistry here. It probably makes it easier for a guy like Trevor Hammond to slide right in because so many guys are doing their jobs and they know how to do their jobs and what other player has tendencies to do. This one served right into the 6 here. Jack Gurr might try to give it a go. I mean, other than Trevor Hammond, this 11 out on the field could be what you saw a season ago. That's pretty rare in the USL Championship. Serves right back in. Again, Tulsa down to 10 men. It's going to give some opportunities like this for Sacramento. 3 fresh bodies for FC Tulsa, but Sacramento still knocking on. Here's Russ, and it's Rogovin with a stop again. He makes it look easy, but those are not easy stops. He's had to move. It's wet behind him.
Skips on the grass, and it was good play by Sacramento getting out to this right-hand side. Fantastic delivery from Jack Gurn. It's just slightly behind Russell Cicerone, so he can't get enough purchase on it to guide it towards that far corner that he was looking for. But the chances are starting to come here for the Republic. They're going to throw in here with Jack Gurr, and once again they're going to get it from the right side. They're going to look to try and get it out to the other side.
Roro feeling pressure, and he's dragged from behind from Harvey St. Clair. And Roro taking the worst of that one, and another booking for FC Tulsa. So 4 players issued yellow cards, 2 to Edwin Lasso in the 16th minute, has sent him off. And Rodrigo Lopez flying forward. Roro with the lone goal tonight. Bullet coming from Connor Donovan. You know, 11 seasons ago, number 8 stepped on the field for this Republic side, and instantly we knew this was going to be a guy that the Republic fans would instantly fall in love with. They did. Obviously, what he was able to do toward the end of the season, the miracle of Bonnie here, scoring a hat trick in the Western Conference Final against LA, and then producing a championship, and then coming back all these years. It's easy to take someone like that for granted, and here in his mid-30s, still doing what he did in his mid-20s here. It's just almost expected that Rodrigo Lopez will do the unimaginable.
Definitely a treat for these Sacramento Republic fans, and not many clubs have. They maybe have players who've been around, they've played, but to have the success that he's had and to continue it into his mid-30s, 36 now, Rodrigo Lopez is really a testament to his professionalism, his dedication. He had a second stint at the Republic, didn't end up how he probably wanted, how the club, but came back, and his attitude is top notch.
And that was a year during COVID. There was a lot of upheaval at home for a lot of these guys, and I know even for us it wasn't very fun. And so it's good to see that this thing is going to have a storybook ending, and hopefully that ends with a championship at some point. The one thing it's hard to see, I know for Mark Briggs, he keeps saying, I'm just going to put my best 11 out there, and that probably includes Rodrigo Lopez. How is Mark Briggs going to make the decision that I'm just going to have to not play him tonight? Because obviously you want him out on the pitch every night.
It's tough. You just don't recover the same, the age he is at. And he looks fantastic out there still. He's still getting around the field. He's putting a lot of distance on those legs, but the recovery is a big piece. And once you start adding Open Cup games, you just got to be a little bit more mindful of the midweek games.
It's probably what we saw a little bit in 2022. What a deep run that was. The roster was hampered by a bit of injuries, and the team toward the end started getting some of those injuries that just start to nag at you, and they ultimately had an impact toward that playoff run, losing to Colorado Springs on the road.
And what they really want is Roro fully fit, 100% come playoff time, come the end of the season. High probability this team will be in the playoffs. They continue, you never know, obviously, but that's what they want. They want him, his experience, his leadership. He's 100% fit. He's ready to go lead this team towards another championship.
Nick Ross finding Cicerone, finding Roro again. Roro just missed it wide. Took a couple of nice hops. Rogeby might have had it covered either way, but a good buildup from Republic. Nick Ross to Cicerone to Roro.
Again, another great position taken up by Roro. And he just shapes his body as if he's going to guide that into the far post. And he's not far away. I think the goalkeeper does a good job getting down to the left. And that was not far away from Roro. Again, a second on the night. It's been fun seeing him in a little bit more of an advanced position tonight, a little more advanced centrally. A lot of the time we see him out wide in those higher positions, but getting underneath Trevor Ammon tonight.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. This is where you start to see if you're going to give minutes to other guys. Christian Pirano, what can he do when he steps into the places when Roro may not be in? Well, join us back here at Heart Health Park Saturday, April 27th. The Indomitable Club taking on Loudoun United. Kickoff 7 o'clock. Tickets are available starting at $17. Here's Justin Portillo, 2 assists on the year, coming against Phoenix a week ago. This one served up. Here comes Danny Vidiello, and easy enough. Vidiello on the year has allowed just 1 goal in 4 appearances. Tonight's his 5th. 3 shutouts. The team is 3-0-1 with Danny in the box. Jeremy Mazzola getting the first start of the year in a 2-2 draw with Orange County. So all season long, this club has allowed just 3 goals. And if you think about only 1 goal coming in the open field, and that was Augustine Williams at Indianapolis. So you look at this team, that's a pretty good defensive effort. 5 games in, now you are really 5.5 with Tulsa here tonight in week 6.
Indeed. This kind of situation, just the angle, it's Justin Portillo is going to try and put this ball with enough height that is going to cover that first man, Trevor Ammon. And he's just looking for someone to get a little glance on it.
This one's going to be a quick tap, and well done. Swahi was right there trying to put a flick on here. And Vidiello snuffing it out. Very dangerous ball.
It's still 1-0. All it takes is one little moment. Tulsa are right back in this game. And Republic have had a few opportunities this second half. But Tulsa are doing a really good job to stay in this game.
Well, Mark Briggs talked about how he loved the dominant play that we saw from Republic against Colorado Springs. He said, but second half, he said, even though the game sort of dictated, they said, we've got to finish this out. They had their goalkeeper made some pretty good plays. Christian Herrera coming out 50 plus yards. But he said, we've got to be able to put that game away earlier on. And so that's sort of the next evolution of this club. But a lot of it, he said he didn't have many complaints. He said this team is focused. They're playing hard. They're following game plans. That's a good sense, but you got to play the full 90 plus. Here comes Josef flying down the left side, trying to turn, trying to get a crack at it. It's still on top. It's finally poked free, but not done yet. Here comes Rogers, and it's sent away by Danny Vidiello.
And that took a big deflection. But that's the moment, and Ashley starts with Patrick Segrist. He's 1-against-1 with Jack Gurr, and he does a fantastic job, and he gets his team in the attack. The deflection comes, forcing Danny Vidiello down to his left, and he parries it away, but it's another set piece. Sacramento's given up a lot against this Tulsa side, and the more they get, the more they'll feel like they're going to connect on one of them.
Mentally sharp for 90 plus minutes. It's a tough task for any club all season long. This one's played perfectly. Trying to swing on it was Pacheco. Seacrest comes back and it sneaks through. Oh, Patrick Seacrest was all over it. And it took a spiral at the very end there and right into the corner, and it's 1-1.
And they've hung in this game for almost 40 minutes, down a man. And they finally get the reward, Tulsa. There's plenty of time left to play, but it's a fantastic finish from Patrick Segrist. Segrist going with the outside of his left foot. And it just skips through the bodies. I don't think Danny Vitiello sees much of it. Takes another deflection. And just like that, it's one each.
FC Tulsa has been down a man since the 16th minute, and they have hung on. And now substitutions coming for Mark Briggs. Trevor Hammond will be replaced by Jonathan Ricketts. And Christian Pirano also making his entry, as Luis Felipe is out of this game as well. So likely Ricketts to the midfield and Pirano up top. And again, you have two new strikers likely to be available here in the coming weeks for Mark Briggs off the bench. Kieran Philmans out of Huddersfield on loan, making that announcement earlier this week. And it's Sebastian Herrera, will he be healthy? So will this mean Rodrigo Lopez maybe dropping back and Pirano up top? We'll see how Sacramento plays this, but it is a 1-1 game after Patrick Seegers getting his first goal on the season. Credit to FC Tulsa. They have hung in there, and they're at level of intensity picking up with 3 substitutions coming into the half.
And the substitutions have brought that energy, and now it's an opportunity for Christian Pirano, for Jonathan Ricketts to come into the game, bring that energy, switch this game. We saw Jonathan Ricketts last time he was played here. He came on, he scored a goal. And he's going to be playing up as the striker today for the rest of this night. So he's going to get some chances.
So Cicerone, Pirano, and Ricketts up top. Rowe will probably tuck in underneath, but Mark Briggs wants a little bit of offense. See if he can get this attack right back in, get an answering goal here. Again, still down to 10 men for FC Tulsa. A throw for the Republic with 20+ minutes to go. A scoreless draw, Orange County, San Antonio. So 12 points for Orange County, who currently sits atop. And this game would mean Sacramento would be with 12 points as well, unless Republic can find another goal or two and end away with those 3 points. They go right to the top of the Western Conference. Ross finding Pirano, who's so good on those first touches. Here's Rodrigo Lopez, is going to step up and try to take one. One thing you see from Christian Pirano, we talk about so much that he's really good at one-on-one, but it's plays like that too that also kind of keep the possession alive and give it a good look. See what he can do here tonight on a wet and soggy field after rain all day.
A lot of credit has to go to Swahi and Tete at the back for Tulsa. They haven't given much away through the middle. We saw obviously the goal that came off Swahi, not much you could do about that, the deflection, but they've dealt with a lot of the crosses. So if you're Christian Pirano, I think him getting on the ball, just facing those guys, that's where he can cause you trouble, when he's moving with it.
Into the corner, Pirano, Swahi, the mark. Pirano goes to his left. Pirano trying to serve this one. And over the top of the head of Russell Cicerone. Maybe saw Eldar Sanchez coming as well. And with that, let's take a step aside and hear from one of our sponsors.
Considering an electric vehicle? Start with SMUD. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
1-1 here in Sacramento. Segrist for Tulsa, answering back from Mario Sanchez's side, who's looking to put a statement to the USL Championship that this is not FC Tulsa from a season ago.
for the Republic with as long as they've had a man advantage. Anything other than a win will probably feel like a loss tonight. So I think we're going to see this last 20+ minutes throw everything at this. You get the three centre backs. We might see Mark Briggs might opt to switch that a little bit. Having that extra man, you might only need 2 at the back. That means you can commit an extra body forward. Unfortunately for Mark Briggs, he doesn't have too much experience in those more advanced positions.
It'd be a Davian Kimbrough or Rafa Henrique, who's played really well here in 2024. But the way to get experience is to play, and might as well get that experience now instead of September, right? Yeah, how about Davian Kimbrough? I mean, he's been playing with the youth, the national team for Mexico. Had a great camp there, and of course, seeing what Rafa's done early on in this season. So there's some quality there for sure.
There is, and you mentioned the 2 strikers who Kieran Phillips coming on loan, Sebastian Herrera nearing a return. That will offer more depth in that position. But it is an opportunity, as you mentioned, for these young players on the bench. If the number's called, go in and seize your opportunity, and you'll get more experience if you can.
Well, there's one positive to the ball checking up. Christian Pirano still dribbling with it, trying to find a teammate. Nick Ross in stride. Right back to Pirano. Roro will come to it, and with Roro settling back a little bit, probably limiting the amount of space he covers. Probably part of the decision for Mark Briggs to put Pirano and Ricketts in at the same time. Cicerone finding Gurr. Gurr is looking for a teammate. He's going to pop this one up, looking for Cicerone. Just kissed the top bar, but Rogami was able to get there.
And you get another look at this. He actually uses the back of his head, Russell Cicerone. He's facing the opposite direction.
Cicerone getting some shots up tonight. There's no doubt about it. See if he can find a game winner for Sacramento. Meanwhile, Tulsa, they have not been shy at all. Pacheco. Jack Gurr breaking it up. It will be a corner kick for Memphis. Sometimes you see teams go down to 10 men and attitude. This almost has given them a little bit of a spark. Start the second half, made some changes. Their 2 key strikers taken out of the game. They have a U.S. Open Cup match coming earlier this week. And they'll play again on Saturday, so a busy week for the Oklahoma side. Meanwhile, they are trying to see if they can find some magic. Portillo from the corner, back post. Roro will fall it over his shoulder as Swahi is out of position. Now can Sacramento push the break forward? Using the physicality, Russell Cicerone into the circle. Jack Gurr is sprinting down the pitch. Cicerone finding Ricketts. Ricketts will play it back. It's deflected away. Pirano was on the left side. I just don't know if Cicerone could see him or couldn't find the angle. The Republic flying forward on the counterattack. And now they've got themselves a corner.
And the fans were getting excited because as that play materialized, Russell Cicerone had the ball. Rogavin was miles off his line. Couldn't see it on the screen, but the fans were hoping. If it was Rodrigo Lopez, I think he would have shot that one, to be honest.
We've seen it before here. Roro. Gurr putting it back. Ah! The mark. What a service from Gurr. Cicerone again.
And that was agonizingly close. Russell Cicerone, he's used his head a lot tonight, and Rogavin had no chance if that's about a foot to the left.
Republic seeing if they can pounce on a mistake with down a men. Rodrigo Lopez going to hold that left ankle. St. Clair already booked earlier, and he'll have to be careful. Registration for the 2024 summer camps is now open. SacRepublicFC.com camps. Early bird pricing ends Monday, April 15th. That's tax day. That's coming up. Save 20% on registration fees if you do it by the weekend here. Timmer in the pond that is collected in front of Mark Briggs. Hold up play here coming from Ricketts. Ricketts trying to turn. Rogovine. And we asked Mark about Ricketts and said, you know, how has this transpired where you sign Ricketts as a defender and he's been a striker off the bench? And he said, well, he played attacking mid in college and has some experience there and just started floating up there during training and has found himself in a key spot coming up with a game winner a couple weeks ago here.
It's good to have that additional option up top. Jonathan Ricketts, great athlete. And I think he did play attacking mid, striker in college, so he knows the position. It's not completely brand new for him, but I think initially he came in. It's a little bit of cover on that right-hand side for Jack Kerr when needed, and obviously he's seen an opportunity and he seized it. He's got another chance to become a hero here tonight for the Republic with about 15 plus stoppage time to go.
Youssef falling into Pirano. Pirano's now moving forward. Here comes Cicerone on the left side, floating it up over the top from Ricketts. In comes Aldair Sanchez. Ricketts will continue his run. Cicerone might take it himself here. Going to turn. It'll take a deflection. Meanwhile, Milo Youssef is still down for this Tulsa side. 8 goals a season ago. Has come off the bench tonight in a little bit of contact here, colliding. And I think his leg got stuck as he felt a little bit of contact there from Christian Pirano. Meanwhile, Sacramento will get ready for an Atlas disposal corner kick. It's tied at 1. Roro in the 33rd, and then Segrist here in the second half. It fell back his way, and he put it right through. Just the second time this season, Danny Vitiello has seen one get behind him. Republic still with a +3 goal differential on the year.
Again, it's a goal that it's not directly from a set piece, but Sacramento unable to really clear it.
So already 3 substitutions made by FC Tulsa. They may have to make another one if Youssef cannot continue here.
I'm not sure if it's an upper body injury. Maybe took a hit to the ribs, and it looks like that might be the case.
.46 degrees here at kick tonight. It was raining all throughout warm-ups. It stayed cool. The wind has remained down though. Roro turning this one. Sacramento trying to get ahead on it on the set piece. Jack Kerr winding right back up, trying to get guys back on side. Out comes Rogovine. He'll punch it away, but the box is open now. And Sacramento looking to see if they can get a turn. Pirano. First touch, Pirano will put it in the mix, and it's cleared by FC Tulsa, who only has 9 men. Nick Ross will give it a chance. Another golden opportunity. Rogovine coming way out of the 6.
He wasn't too convincing when he came out. Ball's kept alive by Jonathan Ricketts. Pirano flashes it across the face of goal. It's cleared, and Nick Ross, he'll be kicking himself. He's got that ability. One of the most technical players in the league. And just rushed it a little bit. Comes off the outside of his left foot.
Diallo with a challenge down low. Roro's looking up. He's going to look for Ricketts moving forward. Pirano slipping and falling. Couldn't make the turn. The ball will check up, but Jack Kerr is not done. And Segrist will get to throw. Roro finding this at his feet. Lee Desmond. Aldair Sanchez. Awfully close for Sacramento again. Ricketts was there. Cicerone charging through, but it.
And the clearance ends up coming off Jonathan Ricketts. So it will be a goal kick. And then get into that. stage, Sacramento getting a little desperate here. 10 minutes left. Again, not sure if Mark Briggs is looking to make many more changes. Maybe changes within the field. Sometimes you can add an extra defender up top. You've got 3 big boys in Connor Donovan, Lee Desmond, Jared Timmer.
Bring Lee Desmond a bit forward. Be a throw for Republic. Well, Sava's a tuition-free 7th through 12th grade public charter school. Choose from career pathways, including patient healthcare, construction, green energy, and more. SavaCharterSchool.org. Roro scoring in the first half. Segrist for Tulsa in the second, and that is where we are, level at 1. FC Tulsa in the Western Conference this year, so they'll get a chance back at Sacramento in Oklahoma. That'll be on Father's Day, June 22nd. Next time these two sides meet again. Over the head as giving chase is St. Clair. St. Clair spent some time with the Chelsea FC Academy. Just 6 years old.
And speaking of Father's Day, congratulations, Luke Rayfield, the best strength and conditioning coach in the whole of USL.
He's helped us tremendously. But yes, congratulations.
He used to help me a lot. He spent too much time. Baby boy
Baby
on
boy.
Wednesday.
See if Republic can get a win. For the newest member of the Rayfield family, their first. Gurr. Timmer. And Timmer, there's a bit of contact with Yosef there.
And he had to get it right, Milo Yosef. And he did, timed it perfectly. Jared Timmer, seen him in a more advanced position.
Sacramento has been very difficult to beat here since 2023. No team has won as many games. At home. Pirano angling in. Here's the ball sent forward, and it's cleared again by Tulsa. Just enough. And now here comes the press, and this could be dangerous. Yosef Roro makes a play, and it clears through. Mario Sanchez screaming for a foul, won't get it. And now they'll go the other way.
And
Pirano has space. He's got Sanchez to his left. Pacheco's able to recover. Sacramento itching for a goal here with less than 10 minutes to go.
And that could have been a really good opportunity for Tulsa. The legs of Yosef going against Rodrigo Lopez.
Gurr's going to send this one in, looking for Cicerone. Cicerone's got a head on it. And opportunity coming right back. Here's Roro. And 3 wondrous shots on goal. One has gone in. And it looks like Arthur Rogers may be down on the turf, and a couple of other players are going to join him. Segrist on this side, but what another quality strike from number 8.
Trying to steer that into the near post.
So here you go. That's you talked about making some adjustments. And so Rafa Hadegi comes into the match for Mark Briggs' side. It will be Lee Desmond and Jared Timmer to hold the center back positions. I mean, now there Sanchez and Jack Gurr may fall back a tad, but now you have another attacking player and a youngster looking to prove himself. We've talked about it before. Great chance, got a goal taken away that was a goal, shouldn't have been offside, and then set up Trevor Ammon, and Ammon with a rare miss from pretty close.
And if you're Sacramento, I think Rodrigo Lopez is doing it. You got to go have a word with the referee. You want as much time as possible added to the end of this game. We've seen a few stoppages, and this one right here is taking a minute or two.
Swahi's bit slow to keep moving. They might make another change here for FC Tulsa. Cold night in Northern California. So Pirano, Ricketts, Cicerone, Rapahadagi, Nick Ross, Rodrigo Lopez, Sanchez, Desmond, Timmer, and Gurr. Connor Donovan coming out of this game. He has played every single minute of the season to this point. Ricketts trying to head it forward, looking for Cicerone. Takes a bounce through Rogers. But Cicerone will try to earn this ball back. Good defending there by number 11, but he charged with a foul, and he can't believe it. And Russ always a bit vocal. He's going to let it be known, and he didn't feel that was the appropriate call that time. But it is awarded to FC Tulsa, who would love to escape with a point here after going down 10 men in the 16th minute. Republic have come awfully close a few times. Couple of strikes from Rodrigo Lopez. 20 shots, 5 on target, but only the 1 goal. Just 2 on target all evening for FC Tulsa, but it's tied where it matters the most. Played it forward. Rafa, Segres flying forward. Pacheco trying to get a step. It bounces just behind it, and FC Tulsa nearly with another good look. Their youngsters, like St. Clair, Pacheco, have really put their imprint on this game in the second half to give this visiting Tulsa side a good chance, at least with a point. Republic will be on the road again, but maybe one of the shorter road trips of the year, down to Orange County to take on OCSC, who drew with San Antonio earlier and also remains unbeaten. And then it's back home at the end of the month. Cicerone laying it for Roro. Roro takes another step. Here's Gurr to clean it up. And Diallo and company feeling good. They have been able to fend off this Republic side, who has 21 shots on the evening.
And that one, Jack Gurr, a lot of pressure coming at him. Just can't quite keep that ball low enough. The time is running out for this Sacramento Republic side if they're coming away from anything. And for Tulsa, Swahi at the back's just rallying his team. They know how massive this point would be, and the game completely get changed with that red card in the first half. But you have to get a lot of credit to this Tulsa side for staying in it.
Bounce around Ricketts, staying on his feet, finding Cicerone. Cicerone out to Pirano. Pirano to his left foot's got Cicerone. Ross laying it off. Roro trying to bend it. You're right, this is probably the most shots we've seen Rodrigo Lopez take in a while, and so close, just unable to get that second one, but he has been hungry to find a brace tonight.
Defensively, everyone for Tulsa, as soon as Sacramento's getting forward, they're just dropping in front of the goal. They want to get as many people in front of that goal as possible. So it's allowing Rodrigo Lopez to pop up at the top of the box. And again, you don't want to give him, if you're Tulsa, you don't want to give him too many chances. He will take one of those at some point.
Well, you imagine there probably won't be more than about 3 minutes of stoppage time here. So Sacramento would love to get a victory after sending this FC Tulsa side down to 10 men.
I think we'll see 4 or 5. I'm going 4 or 5. I think.
You think?
I think
okay.
so. Yeah.
I mean, this first half had a lot of stoppage. We saw 5. I don't think we've seen much here in the second half.
1 minute. It's going to be neither of us will get that right. I wouldn't mind that if you're a Tulsa fan.
You're going to love it. You're going to feel pretty proud the way this team has come in, trying to find their footing a little bit, building chemistry. And these are the type of moments where you can find that Gurr. This one takes a deflection off of Segres, but Sacramento able to maintain possession, still down a man. Republican, they take advantage. Yosef, Gurr with a step. Gurr going to get to the end line. This one trickles off of Segres. And it will be a corner kick, and here comes number 8.
Might take it quickly. Pirano again is there. And just desperation defending from Tulsa. And there was a collision of heads. Jared Timmer. And I think it was maybe.
Yeah, I think it was pretty violent going in there. Let's take another look at it. Yeah, you're right.
It was Diallo.
Diallo, and I think he's a bit shaken up. And yeah, they're going to check him there. That just. So 6 minutes of stoppage time, and this may be even more. They're pretty brutal. The ball was still up in the air, and Russell Cicerone and company thought, you know, what's happening here? And we're going to take a look at Diallo.
Yeah, and I think the way he went down, he's definitely have to come out of the game.
And they'll go through concussion protocols. But for Mario Sanchez, who's trying to build something, adversity early in the season can tell a lot about what ultimately you do the rest of the way.
It's a great challenge for this Tulsa side. Again, we haven't seen much of them. 3 games. And the little glimpse they have, you know, Mark Briggs was very complimentary of them. But this is a big time adversity. You go into Sacramento, you go down a man after 16 minutes, go down a goal not too long after, and to find yourself right back in this with opportunity to take home at least a point. You've got to be delighted.
Well, Aaron Casanari will come in, the Slovenian.
Hopefully Diallo's okay.
And Diallo will come out of the game. So one more change here as the medic ambulance substitution is made. 1-1 in Sacramento. Rodrigo Lopez and Patrick Segrist each with scores tonight.
And this will be, it is 6 minutes of added time, but that's 2 minutes and the ball just coming back into play. So I think this will go into the 98th minute. So there's plenty of time left for either side to maybe get a winning goal.
Lopez and company, 20+ shots on the evening. Roro and Rafa Hargi kind of seem to be a little more, changing. We'll see if Rafa takes a little more step forward.
And you're going to see no urgency anytime the ball's out of play, any stoppage. No urgency from Arthur Rogers, and neither there should be. They've got themselves in a position where they can take a point from here. So
beautifully done by Roro to keep this attack and switch the field. Jack Gurr unable to take a turn on as Yosef was angling in. A moment like that, you almost feel like Jack could have just stopped the time, brought it back, and would have had Yosef running right by him.
And you just, again, the rain, the puddles, it makes it really hard. And I think that ball just slowed down just as he was going to cross it.
Just so untypical here, right? You're usually consumed with pretty ideal conditions, and a lot of water, and a yellow card issued to the goalkeeper. A 1-1 game. Tulsa would love to get away with a point. Sacramento feeling like something's been left on the table. Comes off another set piece, the third goal from a set piece. Foreign opponent for Sacramento trying to nail that down a bit. They've been so hard to break down in the open field. Only Augustine Williams has been able to do it this year. Nicely done by Rafa. Ricketts trying to thread it through. It's a bit heavy. So he had to get it away quickly as two black shirts were angling in, and the challenge won Tulsa. Roro is back with Pacheco, and another change will be coming for Mark Briggs.
Yeah, and not enough bodies committed forward from Sacramento. When you have every player behind the ball from Tulsa, Sacramento still had 5 players almost at their own half.
Ricketts playing it forward. Cleared away. Might not be. It'll be a goal kick. Last touch by Alder Sanchez. And one more substitution. Jack Gurr out of this match. It will be Shane Wheat to replace him.
Shane Wheat had a little height for these last few minutes. Jonathan Ricketts will slide to that right wing back spot.
Here's Shane Wheat all the way up, forcing it out. Slahi.
The referee just telling the goalkeeper, you're on a yellow card, waste too much time and you'll be done.
Well, that would be brutal, as you don't want to lose one of your keepers for the next game, but I don't know if it'll come to that. 22 shots for Sacramento, 5 for Tulsa, but the game is tied at 1.
I still think we'll see another couple minutes. We have hit that 96th minute, but that 6 minutes didn't start until the 92nd minute. And we've had a few stoppages in addition to that.
And Seagrass is on the turf. Crowd letting him hear it. And he says he can't go much longer, and here comes a substitution as Dalu will come into the game, their final change. The other change, I think, was given for a head injury, which does not go against your substitution. So Alex Dalu, 1 assist on the year out of Indiana. Into the game late for Seagrass, who scored the tying goal midway through the second here. Foul committed on Sacramento, and allows another set piece here for the visiting side. Diego Pacheco able to draw something, and Justin Portillo will walk up. Again, 2 goals on set pieces, or 2 assists, I should say, on set pieces. Both coming against Phoenix Rising a week ago. This will be right down the pipe, and it's into the arms of Vidiello. A very good ball from Justin Portillo. But Danny Vidiello, the Golden Glove man from a season ago, able to make the stop. And now Rodrigo Lopez and company hearing it from the crowd. Can they find late game magic here at home? And how much time will be added after so much stoppage after the 6 minutes was awarded?
This could go into the 100th minute. I think we're going to see
Roro over the top from Pirano. A bit turned around, but Pirano's going to give chase.
The referee's having a look at his watch. I think he's going to allow Sacramento to get back in for one last attack here.
Shane Wheat's up. Pirano finding Roro. Roro over the top, looking for Shane Wheat. Shane Wheat still bouncing around. Here comes Ricketts. And it will be a corner kick. Sacramento still with a chance here late.
And going through a lot of bodies. We've seen a couple goals so far with that. And this is it.
Lopez asking Pirano to come back and draw Portillo off. This one will be back post, looking for a header. Down it comes, not done yet. Lee Desmond poking it to Pirano. Pirano will step out in stride. It's back to Roro again. Roro, another cross. Over the head of Wheaton Company, and Shane will have to track it down.
He's going to find a way to get this ball back in the box. You still got all the numbers up there, Sacramento.
A wet, soggy night. Ball floating high, coming to number 8 one more time. Portillo is there, the mark. Roro sliding through. Ricketts trying to make a turn. Ricketts staying on his feet, and the whistle comes in, and the foul against Sacramento.
And that might be it right there. Foul given against Jonathan Ricketts. And we are in the 100th minute.
It looked like he may have hooked him. Triple digits on the clock. Ball sent deep. Maybe chance for one more for the Republic, but they're going to have to win this possession quickly. Pirano with a step. Ricardo Fierro not blowing the whistle yet. Lopez will send it into the corner for Cicerone. Cicerone in chase with Tate. Tate will send it out into the crowd in section 119. And that is the whistle. FC Tulsa down to 10 men at the 16-minute mark, find a way to earn a point. And the Sacramento Republic feeling a bit disappointed. Not come away with 3, but they remain unbeaten through 6 games. They'll move to 12 points on the season. And now go to 5 on the year for the Tulsa side, who has come in a very big way. And they've got to feel good with at least a point out of Moffett.
It's a tough one. Feels like a defeat for the Sac Republic side, but they do get a point. They remain undefeated on the season, but it's 1-1 here in Sacramento.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffett with you. A 1-1 draw. Let's go down to the turf now as we have Mark Rick standing by. Coach, obviously you wanted the 3 points there, but overall, how did you feel that your team performed after a very physical first 15 minutes? I think we're having some audio difficulties with Mark. So Moffett, I'll ask you here as we looked here as we try to get this going. Okay, Mark, we got you there?
Yeah.
All right, Mark, obviously very physical, 15 minutes, and a lot of yellow cards handed out. Obviously not 3 points tonight, but what did you feel overall the team's performance?
Yeah, I thought first half we were excellent, then second half we didn't turn up. Didn't play with any tempo, didn't play with any rhythm. we allowed their 10 men back into the game, and we didn't hit the target. And when you don't hit the target, you don't score goals, you don't win games.
He had 22 shots on the night. Do you feel that the difference was just not able to really test Rogovine tonight?
Yeah, exactly. If you, like I say, if you don't get shots on frame, you don't give yourself a chance to score goals, and that's what's happened tonight.
All right, well, thanks, Mark, for your time. The Republic do get a point tonight, and so they will walk away 6th through, unbeaten. But you could see there, Mark Briggs a little bit upset about kind of the result, and you know, you probably understand why, Adam. But even the way you look at it, you did pick up a point.
It's disappointing if you're Mark Briggs. Obviously, it's not the result they expected, especially from the 16th minute onwards, being up a man. And yeah, he's going to be disappointed, and I'm sure you don't want to be one of those players in the locker room right now.
Okay, well, let's take a step aside. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have our highlights and much, much more here from Sacramento. And you know what, Adam? Well, let's take a look at our highlights here as we get into this game. Early on, obviously very physical. Five yellow cards in and out in the first 6 minutes.
And it all started, Lee Desmond, great drive down the left-hand side. And this ends up with a Trevor Ammon header. Twice Trevor Ammon almost getting on the score sheet with a header. And this one just over the crossbar. And then Sacramento thought they'd got it. Connor Donovan, clean connection on the set piece. Trevor Ammon with a follow-up just drags it wide of the post.
And for Sacramento, you felt it was relentless. They really had the momentum, Adam, but ultimately, you could just see that it was about to come, and finally Rodrigo Lopez able to turn things up and pick up the first goal.
Yeah, great position. Luis Felipe around the corner, and Roro, not the cleanest connection, but it does enough, gets it on target, takes a wicked deflection off Swahi, leaving the goalkeeper no chance. And the Republic 1 goal, and you felt like more were going to come for them, but that was the last goal we saw all night.
Meanwhile, FC Tulsa, to their credit, they come in and is off a set piece. Unable to just get there was Nick Ross, and just takes quite a turn into the back of the net it goes. And so for Sacramento, kind of a disappointing draw. Obviously, here's the MLS Auto final stats, and you look at it, 22 shots, 5 on target. And as Mark said, you've got to really test the goalkeeper, and we didn't do enough of that tonight, especially when they're down a man.
Yeah, and even the few times that he was tested, the ball was straight at him. It was easy enough. It was comfortable enough for the goalkeeper. So that's something the team will, none of the players out there will be happy at that. Mark Briggs isn't happy at that. The fans obviously aren't happy at that. I've been in those situations as a player, and it's just something you gotta build upon.
Sacramento, 6 games in. They have 3 wins. They have 3 draws. It's still a very good start, but you've got a big contest coming up. Both teams sit at the top of the Western Conference, 12 points apiece. Orange County and Sacramento, biggest game probably of the USL Championship next weekend.
Yeah, and it's tough because Orange County's a team is going to be competing at the end of the season with Sacramento, and this will be the last time we see them, which is a little disappointing for the neutral.
Again, it's disappointing as well. I definitely hear you there. So our Western Health Advantage upcoming schedule, there it is. Is Sacramento a couple on the road and before being at home here. So I want to thank our entire crew here. A very wet and cold night in Northern California. For our producer, Jonathan Safaro, he's Adam Ott. I'm Rob McAllister. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We'll see you a week from today as the Republic take on Orange County.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.